Hello, internet friends. Welcome back once again, and thank you all so much for joining me here today. The training footage you're going to be watching before I get into this commentary is from about 2 weeks ago. You're going to see some pause squats that went pretty well, followed by some bench pressing, some regular squats, and then the next training session that's linked onto this video as well was where I had the incredible opportunity to travel down from Ellensburg to Seattle, Washington. I went to Seattle Strength and Power, Todd Christensen's gym, to meet up with Granddaddy Gains himself, Mr. Brandon Campbell, and I have too many positive things to say for it to not turn into a big gush fest about the awesome visit and lift that Brandon and I got together, the conversations we were able to have. It was a great time. I really enjoyed just the energy and the atmosphere in that gym. It's probably one of the best powerlifting style training facilities that I have been to, and I've been to a lot of different gyms. The environment, the people there, it was great. Getting to talk with Brandon, catch up, and have a chance to really just bro out and have some good lifting and life discussions with him was a great opportunity, and I'm beyond thankful for having been able to get that time in. So Brandon, if you're watching this, thank you very much for letting me know that you were in town, and I'm sorry it took me so long to get this video up. Neither of us really intended to turn it into kind of a YouTube collab, so we didn't really get any footage of anything other than I just videotape my lifts like I always do, whether they make it onto YouTube or not. I videotape every lift that I do to self-critique, and Brandon got some video of me, but we didn't really have much footage of kind of us interacting or anything, and I think we just got to enjoy the experience ourselves. So maybe next time we'll turn it into a little bit more of a content creation kind of thing. But this one was for us, and so you guys can, I hope, respect that. But we're going to get into the topic that I want to discuss here, and it's something that is largely linked to the reason that I haven't posted a video since then, why it's taken so long. Just when it looked like I was starting to get back on track with my consistency, which has been a goal of mine, is to be more consistent with this, with producing the content, because it's something that I want to do, not because I feel like I'm being pressured to do it, but it's something that I really, that is cathartic for me, and it's something that I enjoy doing. But right after that meetup happened, this video was ready to go with everything except for the commentary attached to it, and I got sick, and it was not the kind of sickness that completely knocked me out and kept me from being able to do anything, but it did prevent me from being able to give more than a couple lines of speaking before I'd have to and just constantly sniff. And I tried a few times to make some commentaries, but I just didn't have the ability to breathe and talk at the same time. And every single thing that I recorded after that, I couldn't get over how annoyed I was with the sound of the sniffles. And if you're annoyed by my own voice, then that's something that I can't really do much about, but I can prevent every 4 words being interrupted by a gasping nose sniffle of stuffiness. So if you're wondering why I haven't produced anything from the time and when that was happening, that's the reason why. And it also kind of allowed me to experience a thought that I've discussed in the past, but every single time that I come back to it, I think it's really important. I don't think it can be overstated or said too many times. I think it's always relevant, and being reminded of it is very important. And that is the importance of linking your expectations to your effort instead of to the results that are coming from things. And so, yeah, I was sick for at least 3 or 4 sessions. And when you only have 4 training sessions a week, that's easily a week that could be gone if you were just waiting for yourself to get better and not able to push for progress, especially this close to the Arnold Classic, which is what we're prepping for. It's in the beginning of March, and it's mid-February right now. So I didn't want to take an extreme amount of time off from the training, and even though the illness was preventing me from being able to talk like a normal person without having to sniffle and kind of snuff my way through any commentaries, I was able to get through some lower rep sets as long as I took plenty of time in between the reps and got a good breath in. But what it was really beneficial for was the kind of the added pressure of not knowing what to expect from myself. The forcible changing of my expectations was it felt beneficial to me because I was able to think less about the results that I wanted from any one training session, and I was able to focus more clearly on just being present and committing to that individual moment within the context of the effort that I was able to do. And it helped me a lot to not have to push past the fear of failing, because I kind of had a free or it felt like a free justification out of jail free card if I would have failed anything. If I would have gone in and had a session that went very poorly, I could easily justify it and point and say, well, I was sick and that's why. What my expectations are. They couldn't be tied to the result because I had no idea how much it would affect me. And kind of the exciting thing that happened with that is when I wouldn't say that I try to do that. I wouldn't say that I try to put my expectations and link it to the results, but it is something that I kind of default to. I think most people do. I think most people, when you go to a meet and you talk to someone after they've had a day that wasn't perfect, they might say, oh, it wasn't what I was expecting, or I wasn't able to perform. And we as individuals tend to link so much of our expectations to whatever the result is. When you talk to someone months and months before a meet, they might say, well, here are the numbers I'm hoping for. And it's all result oriented. It's not effort oriented. It's not present. It's something that you're having to think outside this moment too far in the future, or you're trying to justify it by thinking about things that have happened and have been happening. But it's not present. It's not something that you can do in this moment. And the more I learn about mindfulness, the more that I practice it within my day-to-day life, being present and being mindful of what you're doing, the way that you're doing it, and the effort that you're putting into any action, regardless of its training, lifting, answering emails, answering phone calls, doing all of these things, the best product you will come out with, the best result will always be directly influenced by how much effort you're putting in any one moment. You cannot control the circumstances that are out of your control. You can't control whether or not you get sick occasionally. You can't control your genetics. You can't control the surrounding external circumstances that are having effects on your life. The only thing you can control is the amount of effort that you are putting in to this current moment and the thing that you are doing. Yes, it's important to put your effort in the right direction, to make decisions based on kind of the values that you view as being the direction that you want to take those things, and say, I believe that there will be a correlation to me taking this certain action and making this decision is going to lead in the right direction. But the real crux of the issue, the real important aspect of that, is putting your best effort into the current moment, into the current action, into the current course that you're on, and trusting that will render the best result, because it will, because there is nothing that is going to benefit you more than having your best effort in the things that you can control. The results may not match the expectation that you guessed that they would, but if you have given your best effort and done the best within your capability throughout every step of that journey and were present in each of those moments, then those expectations of the result were overblown, and you could only get as good as you did. You can only produce the result that you were capable of producing. And then that becomes a lesson, again, in linking the expectation to that effort. Did I try my hardest? Did I do things the way that they felt like it was the best decision in that moment, and I gave my best effort? Okay, then I can live with whatever the result is. That's the way we need to tie our expectations if you want to be able to move forward and not be paralyzed into inaction by waiting for the right moment to do things, by waiting for the perfect situation, and by structuring our entire system of confidence and kind of self-belief in our capabilities, and tying that all into a result-oriented process. It has to be about the journey. It has to be about the effort that you put in. Otherwise, you will find yourself constantly being disappointed. And I think it's really beneficial. It allows you to not fear failure. It allows you to act in a way that is comfortable with the discomfort of not necessarily knowing but not caring as much about the outcome, because you are so focused on the present moment and putting the absolute most the most effort, the most focus, the most intentionality into the decisions that you're making right now and into the process. And that process-oriented expectation is always going to produce the best result, even if it's not the result you want, even if it doesn't quite line up to where you would have hoped to have gotten to. It still got you closer than only focusing on that end goal would have, because that separates your attention, that separates your conscious focus on the moment. And so I guess I'm just encouraging you all to continue to challenge yourself to live in this moment and to make decisions that are linked to the effort that you're putting into it, and to not be afraid of the potential that whatever the outcome that you're looking at may not go the way that you want it to. That shouldn't keep you from still putting your best effort in whatever it is that you're choosing to do. So thank you very much for following along. Thanks for putting up with a slightly different voice. I hope I didn't sniffle too many times in this. And I intend to get caught up once again on the videos now that I am able to get through more than a couple of sentences without sounding like I'm dying of an asthma attack. So thank you all very much. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye.